Welcome to Success Matters. Success Matters is a podcast series about everyday people sharing what success means to them. My guest today is Anne Ribb, who had traumatic teenage years and has found her path to happiness. And we met at the Women in Sales Awards Judging Day, which took place last year in November. How did you find that experience of the Women in Sales Awards Judging Day, and also then, of course, the gala dinner that happened after that?
Yeah, it was a nice experience. I was honored to be chosen by my company, of course. It was a nice experience to reflect on your own achievements and on your whole life and how you grow, actually. So, you met a lot of nice people, and it was really a great experience. It was nerve-wracking, but it remains a competition. But yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and of course you had the challenge that you were the first person to go, so you have no idea what to expect.
I was happy that I was the first person to go. Then it was over, and you could just enjoy the rest of the day.
Enjoy the rest of the day, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So one of the things you shared with us in your story, and why I was really keen to talk to you as part of my podcast, is you left home at the age of 14. What happened? Are you able to share with us what the background was to that?
I had a difficult childhood from the start, I guess, because I lived alone with my mom, but my dad already left her, so I have never met him also. And I guess she had already a difficult childhood herself, so she wasn't really able to really take care of me. She neglected us a lot emotionally, and also, she was a lot of aggressive physically or verbally. And when I was at the age of 14, I guess I became also a bit more verbal, and I confronted her with the things that I thought weren't okay. So we argued more. And then, my school, they were aware of my home situation, that it was not so good. And one day they invited my mom to have a conversation to confront her for her behavior towards me.
Right.
And that day they decided that it was better for me to go to a foster home. Yeah, it all went really fast. It was all decided on one day, so it was a bit dramatic also.
Were you in that meeting with your mum, or
no?
How did? Oh, okay.
No.
So you're still in your classroom having your classes.
No, I didn't went to my first class. I had to come to the meeting at 10 o'clock. And normally we thought she would be there, but she wasn't there anymore. And it was all decided it was better for me to go. So they brought me to a sort of institution in Belgium for children. And they went looking for a foster home for me that day in a really speed. So, it was all shocking, but I just experienced and I lived it, and I thought they will never find it. So I was really just relaxed, actually. I don't know why. I was like, a bit tough, I guess.
So you turned up to school with your school bag, expecting, my classes will start, and instead you were taken to
No, I know there was a conversation with my mom. So I know I had to go over there, but never expected this. But there was really a lot of troubles at our place. My mom also had children from a previous marriage. They also didn't live with us. They lived with their father. So another sister of mine already lived with a foster home. So it was just not okay, actually. At that time, you don't know any better, so you just live it. But then they found a foster home at 4 o'clock. I know every minute of that day. They found a foster home, and I was in shock. And they went to pick me up at 8 o'clock. I had to go home, pack my bags, and they went to pick me up at 8 o'clock. And then I don't know why, but I think I have my survivor skills took over, I guess. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go to a foster home. I'm 40 years old. I want to stay with my friends. I want to go to the same school. I will take care of myself. And so I refused to go. And I knew that I had two older sisters. I've met them once before. and I asked them to look for her so I
Right.
could live over there, and so they did.
So you found one of your older sisters to take you in. So that
Yes.
same night, then you were able to go to your sisters. You didn't
Yeah.
have to go to the foster home.
Yes.
Okay.
And in
So
the
that
beginning,
worked out.
it's nice, because it's your sister, and she's nice to you. She was also only 22 herself. She was
Hmm.
studying in university. She lived with her boyfriend, so it's not a normal situation actually. But you just enjoy. You look to the movies. You eat some chips, and you just want to make the best out of it. And you don't really experience troubles. I guess I don't remember everything from that time. I don't know how.
Right.
Maybe you erase it in your
Hmm.
memory. I don't know. I kept in touch with my mom, but every few months, just
Right.
a call, or we went shopping, and then she wanted to buy some things for me. But
Hmm.
yeah, you don't get the warmth or the secure feeling that you need. You just have to take care of yourself. You go to school, and I was always very independent, I guess. I graduated mid school
Hmm.
when I was 17. Yeah.
So that 3 year period must have been quite challenging in terms of, as you said, you didn't have that warmth, if you like, that
Yeah.
you would normally get from the parental relationship, but at the same time, you're kind of able to live the perfect teenage dream, right? Of watching movies and eating chips and doing what you want to, because your
Yeah, but
sisters are
now,
young and in that sort of relationship.
yeah, but now when I look back, actually, and I compare myself to other people, you didn't really got the opportunity to develop yourself at that time, because you
Right.
were always also a bit surviving. You were, of course, rejected. You have your insecurities, and but you do like you're tough.
Would you say you were tough on the outside, but still
Yeah,
quite soft on the inside?
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah. And so when this you went through this experience, did you have a view of what your future life might look like? Did you have an idea that okay, where you are now, would you even have
Yeah,
thought of that
no, I
being
would never have imagined that. So I went to live on my own when I was 17. It was also a very young age. It was hard at that time, because at
yeah.
that time, yeah, I developed a lot of. In the beginning, I worked a lot. I worked in a restaurant, so I worked late hours. I didn't
Hmm.
take really good care of myself for having a good meal, healthy meal, and you just work really hard. And then I got really a lot of anxieties, panic
Right.
attacks from everything you've been through from the moment you were born till now. I
Hmm.
didn't have really a lot of safety net when I was
Right.
younger. There was a lot of aggressive also, so
Hmm.
I didn't. I had like I didn't really trust the people around me. I really had paranoid ideas, so it was really hard in the beginning because I didn't
So,
have any stability. I was really alone.
so how did you build? Because you talk about core strength. How did you start to build that
Yeah.
core strength of yours to deal with these situations?
I started to create my own stability. So I started working in a administrative function, and I was always eager to learn. I was really driven by nature, so I always wanted to learn. At my job, I am someone, I think, who learns really quickly.
Hmm.
I always wanted to be the best, to be seen, to be better than everyone around me, and then I get a lot of recognition from
Right.
my managers in every job I did. And
Yeah.
my job actually became a bit of my source of recognition. And then you
Okay.
become stronger also. Your self esteem grows. You become more secure. I changed the job, I think, every 3 years in the beginning. I always wanted to learn new things and learn new people. I was always surrounded by good people.
And did you go to therapy as well as part of your
Yes,
finding your core?
yes, in the beginning, for sure, because I had a lot of panic attacks and I didn't know what it was at that time. So I went to a therapist. I did it for many, many years actually, because
Hmm.
yeah, I've been through a lot. So it takes a lot of time to really be stabilized. But I am also very demanding, so I really want to be yeah very okay. um,
Demanding of others or demanding of yourself or both?
I'm really demanding of myself, but also from the people around me. Yes. So I went to therapist from a young age also, but it was,
Hmm.
I think I always try to find solutions because in the beginning I really didn't have any money. So,
Right.
but I know I needed some help. So, for example, I asked the therapist if it was okay. I went to her once, then another time, and then I couldn't afford it actually. So I asked her if it was okay that I just saw her every 2 weeks just for half an hour. Because normally it was every week an hour and it was too expensive. So I think I always asked a lot of help and asked for creative solutions to get what I need and for considering the circumstances.
How long would you say it took for you to start to feel that you've got this, your core stability is now there and building up to give you the
Yeah,
encouragement for the future?
many years actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I was always happy actually. I was always happy. I was always enjoying life, but
Hmm.
I had a lot of anxious feelings, a lot of I didn't feel myself very stable because you are alone. A lot of people really don't imagine what an impact it has on you. Every decision, you have to take care of everything.
That's a good point. You can't imagine that, right? You've
No, you
got a
don't have a
network of people
degree, you
around
don't
you.
have parents, you don't have a good environment who supports
Hmm.
you, and you don't have a lot to at that moment to offer. So you really have to build everything up yourself bit by bit. And in the beginning, it went slowly. Yeah,
There's a saying that I come across. Things happen slowly, slowly, then suddenly, right? It's
yeah,
these small steps, and then suddenly you realize
yeah,
that the change has happened, or so.
yeah,
So that's great. What tips or advice could you give to people who might be listening who are going through a similar experience, or maybe have gone through a similar experience to you?
yeah, yeah. Create your own stability, I guess.
Yeah,
For me, my job was always one of the things that gave me stability. Structure in your life also. I try to
right.
make it always very. I like to take care of myself to be as happy as you can most of the time. I want to be happy every time, every day.
Yeah,
I really searched for what things makes me happy also on my own because you
right.
can't be with friends and people all the time. You also
Hmm.
have to be good on your own. You have days that you are alone, and I also
Yeah,
want to be okay then and don't feel lonely or don't be a lot of self pity. No, you just have to look forward and take care of yourself. I followed a lot of therapy that helped me a lot,
hmm,
but I really worked with it because you can just go and but I really put a lot of effort also in the therapy.
right. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
I
just
put a
going
lot of
and
time
talking
in
or
it. I
listening.
did it really consciously because I really wanted to be as stable as I can because you have a lot of insecure feelings. You have a lot of, like I told you, there everyone sees life from their experiences. Because I am really hurt, you can be more jealous. Within therapy, I try to look at every situation very rational, in
Hmm.
a rational way, despite of your own feelings. And by doing this, you really can make a change within yourself, so you don't feel so insecure or anxious.
Would you say you're in a good place now?
Oh yes, I am. I am in a very very good place. I'm already 40 now, so I've been through all of the therapy, so I feel really stable. I
Hmm.
know how to take care of myself. I don't have a lot of anxious feelings anymore, and when I have, it's not so intense anymore, and I know what to do to take care of myself. I have a job that I really love, yeah,
Hmm.
and I'm good at
Yes.
it also. So I get a lot of recognition, and during the years, because I got a lot of recognition during many years now, I became more
More
self-assured.
self-assured. Right. Yeah.
Yes,
Self-assured.
yes. And
Yeah.
also, yeah, it goes all bit by bit. Also, financially, now I'm in a place that I'm really good. I bought a few apartments, so I build it up. So
Hmm.
now I'm okay.
So that's great to hear. And just in terms of over that period of time, say the last, I don't know, 20 years, how has your view of what success looks like changed over that time?
I think it is still a bit the same, but I am
Okay.
there more. I always am jealous of people who have a really nice home, have a
Uh
good
huh.
relationship with their parents, unconditional love, like I'm jealous of. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've found it in many of my friends. I am someone who was always a bit materialistic. Also, when I was a child, I always wanted to earn a lot of money. Something
Yeah.
for me is important.
Hmm.
But now I am in a place that I earn enough money, so I'm happy because I am there now. Yes, but I still want to grow. I still
Yeah.
want to have more and be better, and I have more good days. I am really actually a really happy person because
Uh-huh.
I really also know what makes me happy, and I give a lot of attention to that as well.
And what sort of things make you happy now?
Like going out with a friend, going for a dinner,
Hmm.
have a good chat, have a good party also with some friends.
Yeah.
But also small things, just light on some candles, having a
Hmm.
nice meal also for yourself.
And you mentioned earlier, actually, just having a routine as well was quite important, right?
For
To
me,
give you that.
structure is important. And I have it with my friends, in my job, in my relationship, I try to have it.
Yeah.
But I still have some, I am someone intense, so I need some intensity in my
Okay.
life, more than an
Hmm.
average people, I think. But it's okay. I know where it comes from, and it's not so bad.
Yeah.
I'm
So you
bored
know,
a
kind of
lot.
your boundaries around the intensity
Yes.
level, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Looking forward, then, as you know, the title of this podcast is Success Matters. So,
Yes.
what does the future success for Anne look like or feel like?
Yeah, I always want to grow. So I am someone, at the moment, I want to develop maybe some new skills because
Hmm.
I've also put a lot of effort in my sales skills. So, and now I think I am really good in all the sales skills. So I want to develop new skills in another role. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I want to become independent as
Hmm.
well because I am someone really driven, and a lot of people told me maybe it will be something for you because you are really driven and have a lot of competences, I guess. But I was never in a stable way that I try to do it, that I dare to do it. When I make a new decision, it will be okay because I've
Yeah.
thought about it a long time then.
So you plan things out. You decide
When I change
on a particular
something
path.
from my I have my things for my stability, my boyfriend, my daughter, my friends, my
Hmm.
work, and when I do a little change in my things that give me a lot of stability, I really think about it. I don't change
Okay.
it in a minute because I know for me it's important.
So those things that you know give you that core strength that we talked
Yes,
about, those you hold dear, and you kind of
yeah,
double check before you change anything on that
yes,
to make sure it's going to be
yes.
okay. And so then, what does the word success mean to you now?
Being happy,
Being
actually.
happy. Okay.
Yes. And for me, it includes having a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I always want to have more
Hmm.
because I like to buy nice things and nice clothes, nice products, yeah, just going out for dinner on a holiday and spoil myself a lot
Yeah.
and the people around me.
Hmm.
So for me, it includes that. But if you're someone who just want to be at home, taking care of the children, read some books, and you are happy, it's also fine.
Yeah.
It's good to be happy. And if you're not happy, you have to do something about it. And if you really want to have something, you can go look for it. There
Okay.
are always solutions, I guess.
Yes, that's true. It's a matter of finding them, right, and taking the time
Yeah,
as you did to really take on board also what people are saying to you, so you can do things with it to improve your
yeah.
outcomes.
I've always learned a lot from the people around me. I
Hmm.
asked a lot of questions, absorbed a lot of information from the people.
So I always ask previous guests to ask a question for my next guest. So
Yes.
I'm just going to read out the question that was asked,
Yeah.
and it says,
If no one was watching, if their success would not be recognized and no one would ever know, would they continue to do what they're doing right now on the path that they are on?
Yes. Yes. In
"That's an
my job,
emphatic
then
yes."
yes. Yes, I think yes, because it's nice to have a lot of recognition,
Hmm.
and they don't give it to me for free. Sometimes I go and ask for it. I say, "Hey, have you
Okay.
seen this real life one? Oh yeah, great job." Okay, thank you. So I go and get my recognition as well. It's one of my things. But it also gives me a lot of other things. It gives me stability. It gives me fulfillment for myself. It gives me a lot of money also, my job. So yeah, of course.
So it's a definite yes. You'd continue
Yeah.
doing even if there was no one there to watch or
Yes.
to give you a pat on the back for the great
Yes.
work that you're doing, whatever that's in. So do you have a question for my next guest?
What does she need, or he needs to feel happy?
Okay. What do they need to feel happy? Just on the point of happiness, what other measures, if you like, do you have around being happy? Is there specific things? I mean, you touched on, your friend circle and doing the small things. Is there anything else that you would say is important for you from a happiness perspective?
I think it's your mindset. I always want to grow to have a strong mind, but I want to be strong enough to not be really sad about it if something bad happens.
Like an
Life
English
also.
expression, the glass half empty versus the glass half
Yes.
full. You're always a half full
Yes.
person, right? Rather than a half empty.
And sometimes I have also my days that I see the glass half empty, but then I try to, cheer myself up.
And is there any specific technique you use to make that switch in your mindset, that to go from the negative to the positive?
Be grateful for what I have.
Okay.
Put on some good music sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I start working sometimes also.
Okay.
Having a contact with my friends. I always try to not go sit in the couch and cry or something. No.
All right.
Just do the dishes, do the laundry, even if you're not in the mood. But afterwards, when it's done, you already have a small good feeling.
Yeah, I suppose you've achieved something, right? Just doing the dishes, you've achieved something. So therefore,
and just accept that you have good days and bad days. There is something I always try to do, is to plan some things in the future that you can look forward to go to a sauna with a friend, or having a dinner, or a holiday maybe. But something that you can look forward to. Yeah, is joyful joy.
It's a good point about planning something in advance to look forward to.
Yeah, and I always have things that I want to work for. Or when I've achieved a big bonus, I always spoil myself also with a bit of part of it. Yeah, I just spoil myself a lot.
Given the background that you've had, I mean, who can blame you? It's important to look after yourself and spoil yourself, because
and sometimes I think people think I'm not selfish, but sometimes I'm like, no, I just want to be happy and do the things I love.
So we're coming to the top of the time now, Anne. So thank you very much for sharing your story. And I just cannot imagine the trauma you felt on that day when you turned up to school and suddenly your whole world changed for you. But I'm really glad that you come out the other side, and you're a very successful businesswoman now, which it shows that with the right kind of mindset, mentality, the right help and network of friends, it can make a big difference.
Yes, it is.
That's great. Well, thank you once again, Anne. If you'd like to find out more about how you can find your success, contact me at info@successmatterscoaching.com. That's info@successmatterscoaching.com.